Let's file this under the suburbs series because things we've gotten used to that we should not have gotten used to is far too long a title. Let's call this one Car Culture is a Scam. So I've lived in New York City my whole life and I am not a driver. And all my friends who lived other places, especially suburbs, used to razz me about it and be like, haha, you can't drive, like how do you get anywhere? And of course I used to feel a kind of way about it, and then I learned some more things and got older and I was like, hold on, driving is a fucking liability, y'all. So let's just start with how dangerous it is. 42,915 people died in car crashes in 2021, and about 2 million drivers in car accidents experienced permanent injuries every year. Then you have car payments. Then you have whatever the price of gas is. And then you got to add in maintenance, getting the car cleaned, washed, etc., etc. Then you factor in addition to the danger and the expense, there's also the time lost. And for me, that's the worst. This from the AAA newsroom. Americans spend 70 billion hours behind the wheel. Breaking that down individually, it's like 17,600 minutes per year, like 290 hours, which is a long time to just be driving. And don't forget, when you're driving, you can't do shit else. Maybe you can like listen to something, and you better not be texting and driving. Conversely, as a person who lives in the city, when I'm traveling, I get onto a subway, I get onto a bus, I walk, I do whatever, but that time isn't really lost. I can do other things. I can read, I can write, I can, surf the internet. And that's not all. As a black person, I would be 20% more likely, all other things considered equal, to be stopped by the cops while driving as a white driver. And I don't even need to get into what that could mean. I was going to give you information on like how many times the average person gets stopped, but there is no standardized reporting of stops. So all this to say, not driving is a tremendous, tremendous privilege. There should be mass transit, small and large, all across the country. We should have high-speed rail for long distances. We should have things like, we should still have trolleys and shit like that. But we don't. Instead, we have car culture, where people argue over what the best car is, try and spend as much money they can on something that looks nice and is flashy. We have people actually suffering in their self-esteem because they don't have a nice vehicle to drive around in. That's fucking weird. Think about it. Everything in your life can fall apart if you don't have a car, or if your car breaks down and you can't afford to get it fixed, which is like most Americans who can't afford like a $500 emergency. So first of all, keep your car. I'm good. Second of all, if you live in the suburbs and you could possibly like get an old school bus or something and get together with people in your cul-de-sac or whatever and do a thing where you all go into wherever you're going to be working together, something like that. It would build community, it would save you gas, save you money, and also save you time. We really need to rethink everything about how this society is put together.